Hi, welcome to the Shenanigans podcast. I'm here, as always, with my co-host Greg.
Hello.
And today is actually pretty monumental. We're going to be starting our first freestyle type of episode. So all of this is strictly improv.
hmm
We're going to start off today our theme, I guess, would be small controversies, just like random things that we think about. And the first one is music environments. All right, so to start us off, how does emotion impact what music you listen to? So, what do you think, Greg?
well, thank you for putting me on the spot. So emotion, I guess, would impact whether, I don't think it's more of emotion per se, rather than how, my current status. Like, if I'm trying to do a lot of homework and
Like
stuff,
your Discord status?
yes, like my Discord status, thank you. Exactly my point. Oh my god, dead on. Anyways, though. No, but if I'm trying to do homework and or even cut the lawn, I usually turn up like motivation music. Like I have a playlist on Spotify that just says like motivation LOL, and then like I just play that playlist when I'm trying to do something. It's like the only time when emotion impacts what music I listen to is when I'm sad. Probably just listen to sad songs when I'm sad. And I don't know, it makes me feel better. It's kind of weird. Double negative.
Well, I hope that your motivation LOL playlist is full of funny tunes. Otherwise, that is definitely false advertisement.
Well, I don't think so. I think motivation doesn't have to be haha funny funny. I think motivation is more of like the glory in music sometimes. I feel like there's like just like Remember the Name by Fort Minor.
Is that the one with the percents that don't add up to 100?
Yes, that
Oh
one.
my god, that
Exactly.
bugged the crap out of me. I'm not a huge math person, but I was listening to that and I was like, okay, 20, 100, wait, 100%. What do you mean 100%?
Actually, no, no, it's saying that the 20%, the 5%, and the 50% adds up to the 100%. It's not saying that there's another 100%. So,
Well, yeah, no, I get that. I just like it was super trippy to listen to and be like, okay, I'm trying to add, stop singing.
hey,
Um,
you're trying to add to 100 and they literally give you 100?
dang. Okay, imagine getting the answer.
Dang.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I super vibe with that. I work out a couple times a week and I can't do it without music, without the at least like 150, 200 BPM sort of tracks.
yeah.
Um, I think my like music doesn't come via emotion as much as some people probably think. I think it comes more in phases. Like you remember my phase with that one band with the gold song
Yep, I
for
cannot forget
yep.
about it.
Yep. So what I'm talking about, guys, is I became obsessed with this song called "Gold" by former Vandal. I think it was the end of last year around this time, and I was singing it so much that I got it stuck in Greg's head every
Half of it's
time we were
still
in
stuck in my head.
physics. Got
To
him.
this day.
So yeah, no, and I barely listen to that band anymore. Not because they're bad, just because they've kind of fallen out in my mind.
Yeah, things come and go. I mean, everyone has their little obsession sometimes. And, I don't know, for me, I was obsessed with a lot of, do you ever listen to The Living Tombstone on YouTube or on Spotify?
Oh god, don't they have Discord as a song?
Uh,
Or-
yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah.
They usually make songs based off video games that I'm familiar
Okay.
with, and so that's why I used to listen to them in the beginning. And then I actually started getting into their music a lot more, and then I realized, well, I'm like Living Tombstone fan, 100%. And now I listen to them on occasion, so kind of have some parallels between me and you with those little small bursts of, hey, oh my God, this band is super cool.
So, does most of your music come from video games or like where do you get it from?
Um, it's actually most of it comes from YouTube that I actually listen to again on Spotify. Um, I usually like browse I don't know, like when I'm like watching YouTube, like there'll be like a music recommendation in my tab bar. So like I'll click on that. And it's like, oh wow, that's actually a pretty good song. And that's how like most of my songs nowadays and most of my genres nowadays are based off what I found on YouTube. So
Yeah, I totally get that. But actually, so I made you sign up for this program a couple weeks ago. But Last.fm is this cute little music tracking program that I use like all the time. And it gives you weekly reports that come out and tell you what genres are your top ones, what tracks, where that puts you in terms of diversification with other users and whatever. And there's a specific recommendation page, like on your homepage, that I found like super like good.
Yeah, I haven't even checked it.
Yeah,
What is it?
like YouTube's good and Spotify's good, but a lot of it's I think like brand algorithm. Like a lot of it's look, this is in the top 50. You might like it too kind of vibe. Where Last.fm doesn't seem to have that same like I don't know, standardized feel to it. It actually gives you because you listen to XYZ, we want you to listen to this. So,
Oh, well, actually, probably would be super effective because, well, as much as I am interested in algorithms, I feel like that would be the most effective, well, statistically, to actually like listen to new music. But yeah, I'll have to go check that out. I don't, I've seen the Spotify recommendations, but I don't really, I'm not really familiar with the FM recommendations on that website specifically. But I'll have to go check that out.
yeah, for sure. So, do you listen to music while you're like working or doing schoolwork or whatever?
Yeah, that's literally most of the time I listen to music. It's just when I'm trying to work and concentrate. I don't usually listen to music when I'm in conversation though. That's usually just
Got you.
me playing games or having a conversation. So,
Yeah, you already know that I barely shut it off. I actually just turned off my music so we could record this, otherwise, it would be playing in the background right
oh
now.
wow.
But yeah, speaking of work, how do you feel about like working during high school? Do you think it takes away from the high school experience, affects free time? Where do you stand on that?
Well, I mean, I've had two jobs in the past year of high
Whoa!
school. Yeah, I know.
What'd
Crazy.
you do? Get fired from the first one? I'm joking.
I no,
Uh,
I quit from the first one. They actually
wow,
liked me.
too good.
Yeah,
They,
no,
they're too good.
I just didn't like the job. I used to be a dishwasher at Nino's, and I don't know, I just felt like it was an isolated job and it was just busy work the entire time, and I didn't appreciate it, so I quit. Um, but then I found another job that was more suited to my interests, which was at Mathnasium, and where I teach like kids on how like to learn math effectively, and people who are behind, I'd get them ahead and stuff like that. So, um, personally, I don't feel like it takes away from the school experience. If anything, it actually helps with it because not only are you able to be taught, but you can use what you've been taught in school to teach others, and I feel like that's only furthering the idea of school. And yeah,
I think a lot of that viewpoint comes from the fact that you are in a tutoring job.
well, yeah.
Yeah. I differ on that quite a bit because I teach karate to little kids a couple days a week,
Hmm.
and that's super awesome. It helps me with my communicative skills. I get free hugs from little kids. It's really cute. Um,
Amazing.
right? Like they run up to me and they go, "Sensei, sensei, look what I got!" And they have their little cute colored picture so they can go to the treasure box. And oh my god, it's so
Well, that
adorable.
is actually really cute.
Yeah, and it's such a cool vibe to give back like that. Like I know I get paid for it, but it's rewarding to be able to just make a little kid's day or whatever. It's a lot. So in that regard, I think it super adds to the experience, but because of that, I also think it's super job dependent. Like I was working at the karate studio at the same time I was working at Taco Bell. And I liked one way better than the other.
Hmm.
Guess which one? Get what do you think?
Taco Bell?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it teaches fast food jobs, I think, teach you a lot of management skills, but ultimately I think they are a giant waste of time and at least you make money from them because otherwise there's better. There is a lot better.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think as far as the workload, it really comes down to your management. I overloaded
Definitely.
myself, which was not fun. And like, yes, I get to blame myself for that one, but also it was my first time like having a job.
Yeah.
So it's
Honestly,
just one of those things that like some people can handle more than others. And yeah, I capped out. No thanks.
honestly though, I was gonna say that I completely get that because I had the similar experience with Nino's as like it was my first job and it was busy work just like Taco Bell, and the only like good part of it was that you'd get paid, and I totally get that that would be a little overwhelming sometimes, and I've also overwhelmed myself at sometimes, but again, time management, as you said, is really effective in like actually getting your stuff done. And so I totally get like the differences between what job it actually is that you're doing that would depend on if it's taking away from your school experience. So yeah.
Okay, so speaking of time management, do you think your like self-evaluation skills have, or like more like your ability to just conduct yourself and get work done have improved or disintegrated throughout this quarantine?
Quarantine. Oh, I thought you were talking about like just the school year.
Oh no, man. Got to keep it relevant.
Yeah, exactly. I get that. Um, well, actually, no. I have a strong opinion on this. I
What do you mean no? That was an either or question. It's like ham or turkey. No, I'm
Okay, you get what
vegetarian.
I mean. Uh, actually, though, I've thought about this before, so surprisingly, but um, I feel like I've reverted back to my ninth grade self of literally get everything done the day it's assigned. Because in ninth grade, I had a plan for myself. It's like, wow, this is a really big school, and it's a big opportunity for me to show myself and prove myself to
Wait,
myself. Um,
can I paint this picture for immersion?
sure, go ahead.
All right, so a little slightly shorter than me at the time, Greg walks in. Well, not even walks in. He stands at the entrance of our school building, just looking up, staring at the sign, thinking, "This is my new life. I can do that. I'm gonna make so many friends. I'm so excited, right?" And he almost skips forward toward the door, and he opens the door, and he's like, "I am now a robot. I'm gonna do everything on the day it's assigned."
You should see my face right now. Holy shit. I like how you had to
Is it
mention.
perfect? Is it
Oh,
good?
oh yeah, perfect. Literally exactly what happened. Yeah.
You made
Anyways,
friends?
oh, yes. Yes, I did. Um, but as ninth grade went on, actually no, I think in ninth grade I stayed with my schedule throughout the entire year. It was until 10th grade and 11th grade I got a little lazy and I started doing things like the day before it's assigned rather than the day of.
Okay, I mean, for context, our school works a little bit special, and our classes sophomore year are more work heavy and less you're learning new skills and more just do the busy work.
Yeah.
Like we had like health and gym that year, so I
Oh,
like the slacking is
excuse me?
expected. Oh,
Gym
sorry. We
Adventure
call it
Challenge.
adventure challenge.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Jeez.
pardon my language.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so I totally get that. So I've been setting a daily schedule for myself. I try to do weekly, but then I kind of freaked out at the amount of things, you know? So I learn by colors, so all of my like to-do lists are colorized and it's like this is the
And
data to
notes.
do in pink and
The notes
yes.
are very colorful. I've seen them.
Yeah, so that's been helping a lot. I like the freedom to be able to take the mental break. I abuse that. I'm not perfect. But I I like this trial period. Like as terrible as this whole situation is, I'm glad to be able to find some good in it to where I can trial and error in college. How much work am I going to be able to do? Like what is my cap point, I guess.
You're a limit testing, but IRL.
Wow, this is yep.
Yes. Um,
Over system overload.
mental capacity not enough. Um,
Lacking sufficient storage.
Apple phones be
Literally
like,
every Oh my god, I was just about to make that joke.
yeah.
What
You
the
take you
heck?
take two pictures and you already get the storage message. You need to clear up some space before you can download this app, and it's gmail.com.
All right, I'm pretty sure most intelligent Apple users can relate. I have an app just on my phone to clear extra like filler storage so I can actually take pictures and
Ima
use my phone.
Imagine having to download that kind of app when it's saying that you need more storage for that app to be downloaded. That would be so ironic.
Not funny. Has happened. Um,
Oh, actually? I mean, I'm not surprised. It's Apple.
yeah.
Come on.
When did you get your first phone?
Well, I advocated for to get a phone and like,
Oh,
or
like some kind of movement?
yes, I started a movement. I even put
Greg,
posters around
get
my house.
phone. GGP. Um,
Holy, okay. Anyways, um, that's actually really funny. I was talking to my parents like, hey, so like these kids have phones. I should have a phone as well.
when was this?
This was elementary school.
Okay, so same haircut, slightly shorter.
Yes. Very high pitched voice. I will admit that.
Oh,
I didn't get a lower voice
you mean
until.
like
Oh, you should see my early YouTube videos. You should. It's like, hi, Gregory here,
now?
and today.
Now I think you have to link them in the description.
Oh God, I guess. But
You gotta.
yeah, a very high pitched, shorter, same haircut Greg was advocating for an Android phone in elementary school. Really cool. Um,
Peep how it's Android.
and I didn't get it till fifth grade, which was honestly pretty reasonable. I don't really like sometimes like people like say, "Oh, wow, we really need a phone at a young age," but like in reality,
Wow,
who are you gonna
those
call?
punks coming in with Ghostbusters, obviously.
I
Okay,
was
those
just gonna
punks
make that
coming
joke. God
in
damn it.
with like third grader iPods, you know that vibe, just
Oh
like that.
yeah,
I am so cool. I have an audio jack,
about to flex on you with my AirPod.
right? And
Um,
like those, those animal cases, like the ones that were bigger than the iPods.
yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Honestly, before I had a phone, I had an iPod for like 2 years,
And
and
that's why you wanted an Android. Scene.
exactly.
Okay, so when did you start like letting kid things go? Like I'm assuming that you're almost 17, so you're almost grown up, Greg. And I'm assuming at this point you don't do the whole stuffed animal nightlight vibe. So, what
Yeah,
changed?
totally. No, no, I don't have a stuffed animal right next to me. 100%. Anyways, well, actually,
Exposed.
I have a lot. Oh, I exposed myself, so it's fine. I have a lot up on this topic actually. Now that I think about it.
All right, tell me more.
Okay, so you know how like Legos are a thing? Well, it kept
I
on.
mean,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I used to be obsessed with Legos.
Used to be.
Well, I mean, like I didn't start like actually like building Lego sets until like 2 years ago, and my parents would make fun of me for it. It's like, Greg, this is ages 5 and up, and sorry, or 13 and up, and you're still playing with them. Like, yeah, but it's really cool. You get to
Shut
build
up. I want to
technology.
be an architect.
Yeah, exactly. No way. Actually, it's really funny you mentioned that because all 90% of my Lego structures are Lego architecture. Like there's
Yeah, I
a
remember you telling me
series.
that.
Yeah. And my parents, or well, every time I'd have a birthday, this would span from like fifth grade to like ninth grade or 10th grade. Every birthday, or like every time like my parents would go out and get me something, it would be a new Lego architecture structure. And now I have like 40 of them in my basement, and I have no idea what to do with any of them. It literally takes up like an entire gigantic table of just room. But
Oh man, I feel that. When I was a kid, and I still kind of do, even though it's slightly impractical, I used to collect snow globes, right? The one thing that like what are they called? Like airport guys,
what?
the security people at airports. Yes, those.
Okay,
I
security officer.
was blanking on that for a sec. Yeah, like the little like scanners and whatever. They're super sensitive about snow globes.
Uh-huh.
But I used to get one every single time I went anywhere. Like, I was coming home from Alaska because I went to Alaska with my family in first grade, and I got this freaking cute snow globe with a little polar bear who was hanging onto like a candy cane pole. It was awesome. Um, And I was coming back, and they're like, "Yeah, you gotta check this suitcase. It's got a snow globe in it." And I'm like, "Oh God."
That's actually
Yeah,
pretty
no,
funny.
they're super impractical. Sometimes they leak. Like it's a pretty bad time, but it's worth it because they're really cute. So I never quite grew out of that one.
Oh yeah, how many do you have?
At one point, I had upwards of like 20 something, but like I said, some of them aren't the best quality. Also, I've had them for probably 10 years or more. So,
Wow.
yeah. My favorite one is one I got in Virginia Beach. It's like metallic. It's a dolphin. Little like I don't know. I think it's really shiny and neat. Um, so yeah, I guess I never really grew out of that one. For night lights and like that sort of thing, I used to have one of those dream lights, the Pillow Pet off like sub
Yes, I
brands.
do. I do know of this.
I thought they were the best, except my room is pretty big, so the stars didn't cover the whole ceiling, and I felt pretty cheated. But that was fifth grade me.
Dink. No way.
But yeah,
Um,
no. I'm gonna also expose myself here and say that there are like five, six stuffed animals sitting on my bed right now. Not because I need them to sleep, but because they're cute as heck. And like they deserve some love too, bro. Like they are adorable.
well, the fact that you bring up stuffed animals is, I was gonna not talk about this, but then I realized, you know what? Fine. It's a noteworthy story of childish things in my life. So in fifth grade, I went to SeaWorld with my family,
You mean
and
Pool World?
no comments.
Keep going.
Anyways, there was this one, what is it like those stands, not the thing that you have to like shoot like a prize and you like shoot something and you get a prize or something like that. What is those called?
Oh yeah, like the only thing I'm thinking of is the one in Despicable Me where he uses the blaster gun.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that
but
exactly.
yeah, like the arcade stands or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't
Uh,
remember what they're called,
Me
but yeah, I
neither.
got it.
Anyways, the point of the story is that I saw this one and it was like it was you there was three different prizes, three levels of prizes. A small penguin, a medium penguin, and a penguin the size of me, okay?
Don't discriminate by size, but continue.
What
Um.
there are smaller penguins and there's larger penguins. Come on. This is objective here, okay?
Fine,
Um
fine.
anyways, so there was 200 things, like 200 like floating objects that would like there was like a little stream that would go around the entire stand, and there was like 200 exactly of like floating objects with a specific color at the bottom. And so the color that you pick, that like so it was flipped over so you can't see the actual colors. But you only get one try, and the color you picked is the exact size that you get. So if it's like a yellow color, you get the small. If it's a red color, you get the medium, and it's a green color, you get the large. And there was like 120 uh smalls and like what 79 mediums,
So
and then there was
it was
one large.
proportionally larger that you would get like the smaller one.
Yeah, no, there was literally
Okay.
only one large one. There was only one out of the whole 200 that was the
Hmm.
big one.
Is this
Okay?
gonna be a classic Disney story and end well?
No, it's not gonna end well.
Okay.
But it's not gonna end well in the way you don't it's gonna be unexpected. Anyways,
Okay. Got it. Got it. I'm ready. Drum
ah,
rolling in my mind.
oh boy, this is an interesting story. So my mom's like, "Ugh, Craig, you're really gonna force me to pay $10 for something so trivial?" I'm like, Mom, I want it. And so it's like, okay, fine, but you're not gonna do anything. There's literally no chance that you actually get it. And so I picked it. The only like the even the person who had the stand was super surprised, like, what the hell? I haven't seen this in like 3 years or something like that. Like
I
it was
haven't
that.
seen this in 30 years.
And so it's like, okay, well, I guess you get the big prize then. It's like, yay. I didn't realize how lucky I was until like in hindsight. But I loved that penguin for most of my life, okay?
Does it have a name or a zodiac
Yes,
sign?
Penguiny. I named him
Oh
Penguiny.
my god.
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Paganini, who's like a famous composer. So now I'm just imagining a stuffed giant penguin conducting an orchestra. Um, You
Yeah.
don't no, you play piano,
Yeah, I
right?
do.
How'd you get into that?
Um, well, my parents were pretty motivating factor, I'll say.
Okay.
But I didn't actually like continue with it unless I wanted to do it, and
Yeah.
I did. I found an interest in it, and my parents even signed me up for piano lessons for a year. And so I got really interested in piano because back when we were talking about music and we were talking about how I discovered music off YouTube, I wanted to play those songs that like I've listened to over the course of a few years on piano for myself, like Tetris and stuff like that. So I found interest in actually like looking up those like piano tutorial on Tetris theme and stuff like that. So I guess that's what motivated me to keep on playing piano throughout these years. But yeah, I mean that's basically it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you think it's easier to learn a an instrument when you're younger, or do you still think it's like easily just the same amount of applicable to pick it up when you're like maybe in college or an adult?
Well, you do see those like kid prodigies all the time, where it's like they're 3 years old and
Oh my
they're
God.
playing like the Bumblebee or something like that, like
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with that because all of my violin books as a kid were full of those like excuse my stereotypes here, but it's I'm being honest to the book series. Just full of these little Asian kids who are just like, I'm holding the instrument like this and I am perfect. And I'm like, stop making me feel bad. I'm like in sixth grade trying my best. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, keep going. What do you think?
Um, it's that kind of thing where it's like if you don't actually like the thing in your brain like development in language specifically. I'm gonna just give this an analogy here.
Hmm.
But in language, it's like after you haven't if you haven't learned a language past like 13 past after you hit puberty, it's almost impossible to actually learn that language. However, I don't think it's the same with piano per se because you can still pick up like a talent like something like that. uh, it's all you have to do is just have like hand-eye coordination and memory, which isn't something that people don't pick up on. And after like don't pick up on at college, like obviously they're gonna have hand-eye coordination memory. So I think it's a viable option for either. It's not it doesn't really depend on your age, but more of your effort and like willingness to actually do it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that people that don't hit puberty are excellent learners and that we should veto puberty so we can be, mind wizards. Was that
No,
what, was that what
no,
I was supposed to get out of that?
no, not
Was
at all.
was that not it? Oh,
It was
okay.
talking about how your brain develops in such a way that if you don't learn a language by puberty, you're not going to learn a language effectively
Yeah.
at all.
I'm just I'm messing with you, but yeah, no, I feel that. I really do. Where I'm in my fifth. Yeah, no, I'm finished with my fifth year of studying Spanish, and Greg's in third year of German.
Yeah, well, technically third and a quarter because I had this
Got it.
one quarter in middle school where I took German. But yeah, continue.
Got it. Yeah, and it's getting harder. Like I remember as a kid just intuitively picking up words and just I know that's my native language, but just being able to like adapt sentences with like proficiencies just from reading and immersing myself in like my own language.
Yeah.
But I really struggle with that now in Spanish and even in English. Just because my brain is used to doing, okay, I have default phrases. I have effective ways to communicate, and I no longer need to learn new ones. Um, it's not great, but it's interesting to me.
Yeah. Language is always something I've been fascinated with. I mean, speaking of language though, um, I like the only reason why like I actually was interested in like grammar and language was that I was initially interested in German culture and then I was interested in German language and then I realized how I was gonna say a bad word but I'm gonna say effed up the German grammar structure is and how insane their sentence structures are. I'm like, wow,
All
language
right,
is interesting.
I would like to implement my favorite word here and say it's very borked.
Borked?
Yeah.
Borked?
Yeah, it's a word that comes up in a lot of like classic literature. It basically just means messed up, but it's a very funny way to say that. It reminds me of like orcs, from like World of Warcraft, which
Yes.
makes me happy. It's very good.
Well, that's. I actually have never played World of Warcraft. Have you?
Oh man, I used to play it all the time.
Dang.
Um, yeah, no, I really like the music and the lore is super, super nice. You get to pick whether you're on like the good side or the bad side, and
Ooh.
based on that, it's like a choose your own adventure kind of vibe. You design your own character. It reminds me a lot actually of D&D, but there's an actual like steady visual video game component to it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't actually get into MOBAs until like League of Legends. So, and that was until
Yeah.
like 10th grade. So,
Mhm.
I was kind of like isolated from that kind of genre for a long time. And now that I've actually gotten into it, I'm slowly getting into those kind of games. But, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, we are over 30 minutes into this podcast.
Whoa!
Yes.
Time flies when you're, I don't know, talking about dreamlight pillow pets and
And Penguiny, which I actually never got to finish that story.
oh
Uh,
my god, I am so sorry. Hold on. For our viewers, give me some quality and content.
okay, this is actually not going to be quality because it's actually really sad.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's still quality, just saying.
uh, anyways, so I had Penguiny for 7 years of my life. After,
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
I slept with Penguiny every night. Every night I would cuddle with him, and it was really fun. One night,
Oh.
um, I had a bad stomach, and
Oh no. Oh god.
and
Nope, I don't like it. Go back.
I told you it's gonna be sad. Uh,
Oh man.
I threw up on him. Yep.
Nope. Oh god.
You wanted it. I told you.
No, I didn't. I
Yep.
thought I did, but I didn't.
I
Ignorance
told.
is bliss. Daisy from The Great Gatsby was right. Okay, this is all wrong.
I like how
All
you
right.
out of the everything that you could have referenced, you referenced that. Really
Yeah,
specific
no.
example.
No, the green light never goes out until it does. Um,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's unfortunate ending. I had to throw him out because obvious reasons. So yeah,
What?
yeah.
Get some Tide Pods. It'll be fine. Wash him. It'll be great.
I mean, I actually initially didn't want to throw it out until like my mom accidentally did it. Oops. I was like, I looked up. I was like,
Accidental.
yeah, because we were initially had the idea of actually throwing him out, and then it was so we put it on the side in a garbage bag because that was a smart idea. And my mom's like, okay, time to take out the garbage, haha. And she's like, oh wow, this was the one with Penguiny in it. Oops, sorry.
Well, oops.
Yeah, my bad.
All right, well, that was a not as happy as I wanted ending to the show.
Yeah, didn't leave on the best notes, but
Positive takeaway, Penguini was adorable.
he was actually though. He was so cute. Like, oh my god. Don't even know.
Wow.
Anyways, the only unfortunate part is I don't think I took a picture of him. That's so
What
sad.
the?
I have no
With your iPod?
memory.
Oh my god. This is full circle.
Oh god, my iPod is like locked. Like I tried to like open it up recently, like the last couple of months, and it's locked, so I can't actually get into it, and I need to actually contact like the Apple Store for it. So,
Ooh.
and we haven't done that yet. So, I don't even know if I have a saved video of it.
Okay, what happened to my positive takeaway? Stop this.
Positive takeaway here. Apple, I mean, you got Android, okay? Android's better.
Okay. Well, we gotta end this before we get sadder.
Yeah, about that. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. So, I hope you enjoyed listening to our very long podcast. This episode, I think it's episode 6. Yeah, and
Hmm.
I guess we'll see you next time in a week. So, bye bye. Take care.
Bye. So, and start off. we
You
we
okay
can
there?
edit this little blip it out. Okay. So
Okay.
to start us off, how does music um like nope, wait, hold on.
Wait, that's not how
It'll
that goes.
it'll be fine. It'll be good. All right, this is just gonna be a little section of air, I guess. Um, Sorry about this.
Alright, here we go. I'll sing out. Cool.